Chapter 11, Food Addiction Relapse, Contributing Factors. A food addiction is a serious type of eating disorder. Not only can it result in someone being overweight, it also affects them on a psychological level. This is why a treatment program includes counseling and meal planning. Even with some help, people can relapse. Here are the most common reasons why. Lack of planning. Life gets busy, and that is when most of us make poor food choices. However, someone who has had a food addiction may find that he or she doesn't just eat foods that are wrong for him or her, he or she also eats too much of it. A lack of planning can result in them eating an entire bag of chips instead of a portion or an entire quart of ice cream instead of a scoop. Individuals who have had a food addiction need to carefully plan their meals and snacks. They should eat meals that are nutritious. Meals and snacks should be at regular intervals to prevent them from feeling extremely hungry. Social gatherings can be difficult at first for someone who has been struggling with a food addiction. The holidays can also be a struggle due to so many parties taking place. Food is often a part of celebrations for family and at work. It can be an event hosted by friends. It is important to plan for such events and to be conscious about the amount of food that is consumed. Stopping therapy. A person doesn't beat a food addiction overnight. Ongoing therapy can offer persons an outlet so that things don't build up inside. Unfortunately, many people stop going because they feel they are doing well enough without it. Others stop going to therapy because they don't have the time or they can't afford to keep going to sessions. Triggers. Part of a food addiction stems from triggers. It could be stress, boredom, lack of self-confidence, etc. Should these triggers show up again, then it could cause a person to relapse back into a food addiction. It is common that when a person is experiencing high levels of stress, he or she is more vulnerable to regressing. Emotions. As mentioned in Chapter 7, negative emotions can cause a person to relapse with an eating disorder too. This is why they may temporarily feel better emotionally when they are eating. However, they will later feel guilty for it. Then, the cycle can start all over again. Negative emotions are a big part of triggering too. Major life changes. When a person goes through a major life change, it could result in him or her going back to old comforts. Even if those life changes are positive, it can come with some stress and anxiety. For example, having a new baby or moving to a new house. Perhaps a new job or a promotion that requires more time or more responsibility can result in relapse of a food addiction. Paying attention to how a person feels with such a change is very important in preventing this from happening. Lack of support. Not everyone has the level of support in place that is needed to prevent a food addiction relapse. Those who live alone may not have someone in the house to remind them of better choices. Hiding the addiction is common due to feelings of shame and the loss of self-control. They may not wish to reach out to friends, family, or for professional help again. They don't want others to see them as not being successful with their previous treatment. Allowing friends and family to know how they feel can really help. If you are in this situation, it is important to reach out to others and get the support you need.